Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with the first game out of the conference championship games that I'm going to be doing both today and tomorrow. Well, this is really the only one that I'm going to be putting up today here. But it is the Pac-12 championship. We're going to be seeing UCLA and Stanford square off in this one. Really, it came down to a coin toss in this one. Now, with some of the games, I'll be honest, there's some teams that I would prefer to play as. This one, not so much. So, I mean, it really was a coin toss. I mean that quite literally. So, Stanford ended up winning this one. Now, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the Halo video that I did right before this, I'll let you guys know that I have been playing this game basically all day. I took the day off from work because I had to take care of a few things. Once I got that all taken care of, I'm like, I'm going to be playing some NCAA. So, I went ahead and I did that. This is one of the last games that I played. So, I'm just going to go ahead and just get that out of the way now. But anyway, this should be pretty exciting. What happened to a few weeks ago is Stanford actually ended up beating UCLA. It was kind of a one-sided game in some respects, and so some people are thinking that that may be the case here in this game too. So I did choose the team that most people figure are going to be winning the championship, but who knows? We will see what happens. That's the joy of sports, you know. Crazy things can happen. Teams that are not expected to be able to win end up winning. It's cool. But anyway, let's get to the game here since we've kind of missed everything that's taken place on that drive. So here we go. We're going to get a chance ourselves as Stanford to go ahead and see if we can get some points on the board here on this drive. Now, I know down at the bottom of the screen here, it does have Stanford ranked at 20th, UCLA unranked. I'm just doing a play now type of thing. The only one that I'm going to be playing that is not a play now is actually Nebraska and Wisconsin, because in the Dynasty that I'm doing as Nebraska, the game got it right. Wisconsin and Nebraska are playing each other there. I mean, the one downside is Nebraska is the home team where they're really away tomorrow. But anyway, touchdown here for Stanford. So getting that out of the way here pretty early. I'm not going to lie, this drive, it was very easy for us to go ahead and get into the end zone. So I'm hoping that it's going to be just as easy for me to be able to score here throughout the rest of the game, because if that's the case, this game could be pretty high scoring. But now that we know kind of what we need to do, just some short to mid-range passes, going to be what we need to do to move the ball effectively here. But Prince trying to get out of the pocket here, able to do that and gets a first down, so not that bad of a run. Even though I go ahead and I leave a spy in, Prince still able to go ahead and get around him. Franklin running the ball now and only picking up 4 yards on that one. Sorry, my Xbox froze for a second, so I was kind of hesitating there on that one. But a fumble right here. UCLA is going to recover. Not too bad for us here, because now it means they're going to have to go ahead and kick. So a couple drives for UCLA really haven't gone the way that a UCLA fan would probably want it to. But plenty of game ahead of us, so I'm not going to look too much into it. All right, hand off to Taylor, who runs on the right side, able to get 5 yards on that one. So we're seeing a lot of consistency with offensive production here in this game, which is always a great thing to be able to see. Because if you can get things going early on, you definitely have some momentum that you can utilize for the rest of the game. Offside, so I figured why not throw it downfield. It does get swatted away, but I do get the 5 free yards since they were offside. Now, I'll always do that, too. If I see that team's gone offside, the flag has been thrown, I'll just go as deep as I can here with that ball, just to try and see if some kind of miracle can happen. Because honestly, there really isn't anything bad that can come of it if I go ahead and do that. If they intercept it, all I have to do is accept the penalty, and I get 5 yards off of it. But anyway, 2nd and 14 here now. Going to go with a little screen play over to Taylor. And there is a lot of green in front of me here, so I'm able to get into the end zone before I do get tackled. So 14-0 here. 2-touchdown lead early on. Going to be nice for us here. UCLA is going to have to play catch-up. And one of the things that I've been realizing about this game is once you reach a certain point, the only thing the computer is going to do is going to pass the ball. So if we can kind of get to that point here, I definitely have this game in the bag, and I will be able to stop UCLA, because if I know what they're going to be going with, I'll be playing the pass a ton. Kind of like right here, just having a whole bunch of defensive backs in and, you know, kind of set my defense up based off of what they're going to be doing. So got that figured out here. Oh, my gosh. So I get an interception, then I give one up. So, hey, we're just trading turnovers back and forth. The one bright spot on this, though, is UCLA is in worse field position than they were at before. There goes Prince running again. 5-yard pickup on that one. 3rd and 5 now, so I'm protecting against a short pass, which with all the time that he has, surprised he didn't go with something a little bit sooner here, but throwing into double coverage means they're going to have to go ahead and punt. So the Cardinal come back on the sidelines, or the defense does, I should say. Pretty excited about how that one went. Not getting anything on that option play. I'm trying to go ahead and mix some things up here because I've been playing NCAA for so long today, and I've been utilizing the offensive scheme that I usually use in every single game. So I'm just wanting to mix it up a little bit. So you'll probably see some more options. And what is going on? Why didn't I tackle him? Not only was that crazy that he was just sitting there running back, but oh well. All right, so on the reverse. Or not on the reverse, the handoff to the wide receiver. There we go. 3rd and 3. Seriously, guys, I've been working on this so much tonight. My mind isn't even all the way here. I can't imagine what it's going to be like tomorrow when I have to go ahead and edit. I think it's like 4 videos for tomorrow, but I'm going to try and see what I can do tonight. So that way it's a little bit easier for tomorrow. And then I'll be crazy all Saturday. It's going to be NCAA. That's all it will be. And then, like I said, I'll be getting back to some other things as well. So, all right. 2nd and 1 now for Stanford here. Still 14-0. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the half. Going to be trying to run the ball to see if we can get that clock winding down here so I can go ahead and get into the locker rooms and we can start halftime. All right, so clock still continuing to run, even though I'm not letting the play clock run out. McDonald with the interception. He's going to get a somewhat decent return on that one here, but that's going to put UCLA in a pretty good field position here. Really get some points on the board. They definitely have the time to be able to do it, but we'll see what happens here. Franklin running to the right, meeting a defender here from Stanford, loses a couple yards, and then surprised UCLA goes with another run right there. I was expecting a pass. They pick up 6, but when you have 3rd and 12, 6 is not enough. But Montgomery there with the catch, trying to get it to some different wide receivers here throughout the game. There we go with another catch and a 1st down. So kind of playing the 2-minute drill, seeing if I can make it 21-0 before we reach the half. Because if I can do that, I feel like I'll have the game in the bag, honestly, with the way that this game is going right now. It is completely one-sided. You can definitely tell that by the score and probably also by the highlights here as well. Another catch, another 1st down at the 20-yard line. So going to try and see if I can get it into the end zone right there, but I didn't think I had a chance, so I went to one of my wide receivers, just trying to take a look around and see what the best choice to go with here. Taylor getting the 1st down on 2nd and inches here, and we've got the time continuing to run here with less than 10 seconds left. Not able to make it into the end zone. I thought he had it, so I went ahead and called timeout with 6 seconds left. There we go. Taylor getting over everybody and getting the touchdown. So in the last few seconds, it will end up being 21-0. So I'm not able to go ahead and show what happens in halftime, but I am able to get the ball at the beginning because I did kick at the very early part of the game. But I see an opportunity here going deep, and I'm able to get that to the wide receiver here who gets a touchdown. So welcome to the second half, you guys. First play ends up being a long pass for a touchdown. So I was able to see a weakness here in UCLA's defense, and I was able to exploit that too. So that's something I've kind of been doing here since I've been playing this game in this one sitting, is I've been going with a lot more passes here along the sidelines, and it seems to be working. So I'm definitely going to have to implement that a little bit more. My philosophy has always been going with short passes down the middle part of the field. But if I can have success like that, why not keep going? But, oh, man, I'm still up. I thought I was going to get tackled at the 1, but I, make it to the 10. So it's pretty fortunate on that one. You can see I hesitate right there, too, as he still can't tackle me. That would have been a great tackle. Might have ended up being a touchback. Oh, well. All right, 5:50. Not too much time has progressed here in the second half. I've gotten 1 touchdown. Here I go, getting out of a dangerous part of the field, making it to the 29-yard line. So I don't like being tucked back here behind my own 20. I really, really hate it. So I'll do everything I can as quickly as I can to be able to get some better field position. I was very fortunate that it worked right there. Following the lead blocker, getting the first down here on that draw play. And then with another run, Taylor picking up 3. So the running game's been consistent. Passing game has been fairly consistent as well. I know I don't show you guys incomplete passes and stuff like that, even though I know it does play a big part of the game here. I've had a number of them. But anyway, here we go with UCLA. Prince trying to run. Fumble. And this time we are able to recover. So things have not been going UCLA's way at all. And this has been kind of sad here because you can pin most of it on Prince. And I know in real life, he is a good quarterback and things like that. So don't get me wrong, guys. If I'm saying that somebody's not performing as well as they should, I'm really meaning these guys in the virtual sense only. But not getting anything there on the screen pass, 3rd and 12. So going to have to pass and wait a little bit to find somebody who is open. And I wait way too long, and Price able to get that one. So once again, it's like we are trading turnovers. That's okay. I've got the lead here, so I guess I could go ahead and turn the ball over on every single drive except one, if that's the one drive here that ends up allowing us to get the win. So I'm not too worried about the turnovers at this point, mostly because, too, I've been pretty cocky with some of the other games that I've been playing. Feeling like I've got this game completely down, and moments like that where you go ahead and you turn the ball over a number of times, it's just like maybe you don't have it down. I got to play smarter here, but gosh, another INT here for Stanford. The Cardinal just rocking it in this championship game. Really, I don't expect anything like this to take place. I mean, this is, I guess, one of the perks or downsides, depending on which side that you're on here, of playing video games, because you can do stuff that's not going to happen in real life. So a 28-0 lead here as we're about ready to hit the end of the 3rd quarter. I don't expect that at all. But that's the fun of it. Or the curse. Again, depending on which side that you're on. So getting a big pickup here on 2nd and 15, 12 yards is always nice to be able to see as a pickup here on the ground. And I lose one on that one, so 4th and 4. Now, I got to give credit to UCLA, though, on the since we've started the second half. UCLA has done a pretty great job of being able to stop me here on 4th and 4. Not able to hold on to it here, and so we do turn it over on downs. So another turnover here for us. Wow. I'm not playing that great either, to be honest. I'm actually playing pretty bad. Most of the points that I have are off of turnovers, not necessarily of my own doing. So seriously, it'd probably be like 14-0 here if I didn't have those turnovers. Maybe it would be tied. Here's another one from Richards. That side of the field has just been dangerous to go ahead and throw to for UCLA. I'm surprised that they're still doing it. Honestly, I'm surprised that their quarterback's still in too. But that pass right where it needed to be, honestly. And if he hadn't gone ahead and, made his move to go up and try and catch it, I think that UCLA could have gotten some points on that drive. They definitely had some good stuff going. But a great pickup right here to the 25-yard line. Look at that, 301 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. But the one downside is 3 interceptions. I don't like seeing that, but that's okay. Here we go with another screen pass. Not able to get into the end zone, but I get to the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, but technically it's like 1st and goal. So another offside, going to the end zone, and that time it does work here. So I am able to get another touchdown. But with the penalty, I got to decline it first before I can go ahead and get the touchdown. And there we go, 35-0 here as we are now in the 4th quarter. In UCLA, I think this game is out of reach, but we have gotten to that point where UCLA is just going to be throwing downfield. So expect all of my defensive formations to have 3 men rushing, 1 linebacker, and a spy, which causes the fumble right here. And Gardner going to take that back for 6 points. And I had to dive because it's not often that I get to see something like this take place. So really, this has been completely one-sided, but wow, 42-0. Prince running to the outside, not going anywhere here. 2nd and 10, and then we get 3rd and 10 after 1 incomplete pass. So Prince, again, having a lot of time. That's just what happens when you rush with 3 people. Not able to make the connection with the wide receiver. And the reason why he was not able to make that connection with the wide receiver is simply because he is so demoralized with everything. I mean, you'll be able to see at times that players are going to have, I mean, they're going to be in different states of mind almost, or, different states of momentum, whatever you want to call it here. So, like, if somebody's doing really good, they're going to start flashing red. If somebody's doing really bad, they're going to be blue. He's got to be ridiculously in the blue right now, but Brent's still in, throwing deep, not able to reach his wide receiver, 4th and 10. So now I'm going to go ahead and just try to run the clock out and do the honorable thing here with a 42-0 lead. Gosh, if only, right, Stanford fans? If only it would be something like this. But I know UCLA is a better team than what we have in this game here. So I don't anticipate it to be like this at all. And this is one of those games I was thinking about going back and replaying because I just don't think that it's right here that it is 42-0. But with the amount of time that I've gone ahead and invested in this and, editing it down and now doing the voiceover, I'm probably not going to go back and do it here since this is the one Friday game that I have. But I did want to set the expectations for you guys that this is not going to be the norm for the rest of the games. That is the one plus side here. I mean, I've gone ahead, I've tried changing difficulties, things like that, but still, this game has been crazy for Stanford. I think I was even talking to Tez, the dude, while I was playing this game. But anyway, less than a minute here, 3rd and 3, just going with the handoff. Taylor, there's going to be a flag on the play. Probably going to be holding at the last second here. And that's another thing that I've noticed, too, is these refs are always calling holding when I would get a first down or something or get really close to it. So 4th and inches, though, they're going to go ahead and decline it. I'm going to go ahead and kick the field goal. There we go. So 45-0. 46 seconds left in the game, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. And I'm going to let you know that that does end up being the final score of the game. So unrealistic, you guys. 45-0 win, Stanford over UCLA. I honestly think, though, with as much of this game that I've been playing, could have very easily gone the other way if I was playing as UCLA, a 45-0 win. So trust me, guys, the games do get a lot better than this. So I did want to, apologize, especially if you're a UCLA fan. I'm not trying to make a statement or anything like that at all. I'm just playing the game, and this is how it turns out. It's, sometimes what happens in sports, too, is sometimes a team blows out another one, and it gets pretty crazy. But don't look too much into it is what I'm trying to say, you guys. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. You guys can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, all that great stuff. All you got to do is just check the description below, and you'll find all of that stuff there. So, again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. You are phenomenal people. And as always,